A remote island with no connection to the outside world houses an academy for students with magical powers, who must one day fight monsters and aliens, enemies of humanity. Nakajima, who has been on this island for the last 6 months, is somewhat different from the other students. He doesn't possess the same superpowers as the rest, which makes him feel inferior and an easy target for others. One day, the teacher introduces a new student named Kiyoya to the class. One of the bullies named Maguo approaches Kiyoya, asking him about his superpowers. Their teacher interrupts him, telling the bully that Kiyoya's superpowers are a secret, and no one should inquire about them. Then, a cute girl named Nana also joins the class, quickly impressing everyone with her mind-reading powers and her ability to sense things about people's pasts. The teacher then begins the process of selecting the class representative, and Nana nominates Nakajima for the role, citing his qualities as a suitable candidate. However, 2 strong students in the class, Seiya and Maguo, also volunteer for the position. This leads to a heated debate between them, and Kiyoya advises them to resolve their differences through a duel. The whole class gathers outside to witness their duel as both of them prepare for an attack. Maguo, who controls fire, launches a devastating attack at Seiya, who easily stops it. He then counters by freezing one of Maguo's legs, securing his victory. However, like any ordinary asshole, Maguo couldn't accept his defeat, and in a fit of rage launches a giant fireball towards Seiya. This fireball is about to hit the students standing nearby, but at the last moment, Nakajima intervenes and absorbs the giant fireball, leaving everyone amazed. Nana and the other students wonder how Nakajima managed to do it, and he explains that he can neutralize others' powers by absorbing it, even though he has always felt pretty useless, but this time his ability was useful. Impressed by his courage, Nakajima is assigned to be the class representative. Later in the evening, Nana and Nakajima are having a conversation on a cliff, and he tells her that without her help he wouldn't have become the representative of the class. He thanks Nana and she holds his hand. However, Nana's behavior starts changing, and she reveals her true self. She pushes Nakajima off the cliff, but he manages to get a hold of a rope. He couldn't understand what was happening, or why Nana wanted to kill him. Then, Nana explained that the real threat to humanity is not the monsters from the Academy's books, but people with special abilities like him, who could one day harm humans or become their masters. She has been sent to this island to eliminate those with special powers, even though she has no superpowers herself. Instead, she relies on her intelligence and knowledge of human behavior, which she used to convince everyone that she had mind-reading capabilities. Nakajima then lost his grip on the rope and fell down the cliff. In a flashback, we see Nana in front of the leaders of her organization, receiving a briefing about people with special powers. If they were not eliminated, they could one day enslave all humans. Back in the present, all the students were busy with their daily exercises, and it seemed that none of them cared to search for the missing Nakajima. Not every student is strong enough to complete the exercise, so to get ahead, Seiya froze the entire pond within seconds. Nana realized that the pond would take at least 4 to 5 days to melt away. She sees Seiya's behavior as immature, making him a direct threat to humanity, and she chooses him as her next target. Later, while having lunch with Seiya, Nana started asking about his weaknesses and strengths. She realizes that even though Seiya possesses freezing powers, he lacks the ability to freeze humans at will. Meanwhile, Maguo as usual is busy harassing other students, but this time he gets a taste of his own medicine when another student, Shibusawa, punches him. Nana realizes that Shibusawa can control time, making him probably the strongest student in the class. Upon learning this, Nana switches her target and chooses Shibusawa as her next one. To learn more about her enemy, she joins him for a meal and intentionally drops a glass of water. However, Shibusawa grabs the glass using his time travel capabilities. Nana learns that he can go back in time for just 24 hours, and every time he does, Shibusawa becomes quite exhausted. She starts making a plan to kill him, but Kiyoya joins them. He starts questioning Nana about Nakajima because she was the one talking to him more than anyone else. Before Kiyoya could ask anything more, Nana quickly shifts his suspicion away from her, making him appear somewhat suspicious just like my ex. After which Kiyoya leaves from there and Shibusawa agrees to help find Nakajima with his powers. Each time he goes back in the past, he discovers more about Nana being together with Nakajima. When he's about to discover that Nana is actually behind Nakajima's disappearance, she sends him back in time once again. But this time near the pond. This time Shibusawa got completely exhausted due to continuous time traveling and drowned in the pond, which Seiya froze the next day without actually knowing that Shibusawa's body was down there. Kiyoya starts suspecting Nana, and in order to kill him she has to find out his past and capabilities. To get to know him better, Nana becomes his friend and goes along with him to his dorm. There, they play video games, and Nana discovers that Kiyoya has labeled food and trash, which means he lacks the sense of smell. She then intentionally leaves the gas open, and later, when Kiyoya lights the stove, a huge blast occurs. Nana goes there to make sure that Kiyoya is dead, but suddenly a completely burned Kiyoya grabs her leg, telling her that he can't die because he is immortal. Kiyoya's body begins to heal rapidly, and he starts to suspect Nana of being the attacker because she was the only one to visit his house early that day, and also the first one to arrive at the blast area. The next day in class, all the students think that someone sent an assassin in disguise to eliminate them. Then Nana meets a girl named Mikairu who has the ability to heal any wound by licking it. She then heals Nana's wound, and they become good friends. However, Kiyoya is keeping an eye on Nana, so to stop him from suspecting her she comes up with a plan. Nana injures herself and puts the blame on the enemies of humanity who have the power of invisibility. Mikairu fully heals Nana by licking her wound, and in the process, Nana also manages to stop Kiyoya from suspecting her. The next day, everyone is convinced that Nakajima and Shibusawa were killed by the enemies of humanity, and choose Nana as the new class representative. Later that night, a student named Sunikichi meets with Nana and shows her a photo in which she is choking him to death at 10 p.m. It turns out that Sunikichi has the power to go into the future and take a photo of future events. He asks Nana to explain the photo, but she denies any intentions of killing him and suggests that he might have made a mistake. Sunikichi then takes Nana to a restaurant and shows her another photo in which she is pushing Nakajima off the cliff. He got that photo the day Nana was transferred to the island and kept it a secret until now. He then makes the ultimate simp move and asks Nana to be his girlfriend in exchange for those pictures. To keep her murders a secret, Nana agrees to be his girlfriend and spends the rest of the night at his room giving him a massage. Sunikichi then goes to sleep, and Nana discovers an ordinary-looking camera through which he takes photos of future events in his dreams, and she hides one of the photos. The next day, Sunikichi wakes up and notices that one of the photos is missing. It turns out in his dream, Sunikichi can take only 5 photos, and there were just 4 photos. He then retrieves the remaining photo from Nana in which she appears to be dead. Sunikichi becomes careless, and after cleaning his room, Nana sets his watch 10 minutes behind. She then hides in the gym, and when Sunikichi enters the room, she kills him at exactly 10 p.m. The photo in which Nana was shown dead was a fake one that she had taken herself to make Sunikichi drop his guard. The real photo Nana had stolen shows Nana getting caught by Kiyoya and Mikairu. Just like that, Kiyoya and Mikairu arrived there, but Nana was also ready for them. She tells them that Sunikichi was blackmailing her with private photos, and a monster with cursing abilities entered the room and killed Sunikichi before he takes advantage of her. Nana and Kiyoya then leave from there, except Mikairu, who, while trying to heal Sunikichi, finds a photo of Nana pushing Nakajima off the cliff. Nana had created such a good image of herself, and Mikairu is such an innocent girl that she thinks Sunikichi couldn't always see the right future, and the photo might be wrong. At Sunikichi's funeral, Kiyoya insists on examining his dead body to determine the cause of death. As he is about to open the coffin, suddenly it begins to shake on its own, and Sunikichi's dead body rises from it, freaking everyone out. A student named Shinji, who mostly remains absent from the class, enters the room, telling everyone that he can control dead bodies and can get information from them. However, Nana uses a reverse card. She interrupts him, saying that she can hear the voice of Sunikichi's soul, and it wants to rest in peace. After this, Shinji let go of Sunikichi's body, and everyone prepares to perform the last rites. Nana then chooses Shinji as her next target, and begins to gather information about this mysterious student. She discovers that Yuka is Shinji's girlfriend, who possesses superhuman strength. Nana then becomes her good friend, and when she gets an opportunity, Nana tried to kill Yuka, but gets taken over by Shinji. Nana soon finds out that Yuka doesn't possess superhuman strength. In fact, she is the one with the power to control corpses, and Shinji has been dead for a long time. She loved Shinji so much that even after his death she kept his body under control. Nana plays an emotional card, telling Yuka that she can hear Shinji in pain and tricks her into running away from there. They follow her around, and Nana gets into an abandoned shed and locks herself in. When Yuka is about to kill her, the sun rises, making her lose control of Shinji's body. Yuka can only control dead bodies after sunset, which is why Shinji was also not present in the class during the daytime. Yuka then locks Nana in the shed from the outside to return later after sunset and kill her. Later at night, when Yuka comes to finish off Nana, she finds her nowhere in the shed. It turns out Nana had already planned this. She had removed the screws of the clasp and ran from there. When Yuka is searching for Nana in the forest, she manages to steal an item through which Yuka controls Shinji's body. Nana then threatens to throw that item off the cliff and make Yuka confess that she herself killed Shinji out of jealousy. Nana then drops the item off the cliff and also kills Yuka with her poisonous needle. Afterward, Nana meets another student named Habu in the forest who has some weird fetish involving poisonous snakes. Nana asks her about her friend Kaori, and she tells her that they had a fight, which is why she came to the forest to spend some time alone. Nana then pricks her with one of her poisonous needles, and in exchange for the antidote, asks for her cell phone. Even after taking her cell phone, Nana leaves Habu to die in the forest. She then enters Kaori's room and puts some poison in her lenses before leaving. Nana then, along with Maguo, Seiya, Kyoya, and Mikairu, returns to the forest. She tells them that Yuka could control dead bodies and was also controlling Shinji's dead body all this time. But this became too much for her, and she ended her life. Kyoya's suspicions begin to grow more towards Nana, but before he could question her, they hear Kaori's screams. By the time they reach her room, they find Kaori already dead, lying on the floor with shocked eyes. Kyoya checks her body and finds out that her death was caused by poison in her lens. Mikairu remembers that Habu is the one with the ability to make poison, which leads them to suspect Habu as the culprit. Then Mikairu looks at Kaori's phone, on which she had recently talked to Habu, making everyone sure that Habu is actually the killer. However, Kyoya doesn't agree with the rest and reveals many things that make Nana the killer. He thinks that Nana had messaged Kaori from Habu's cell phone to frame her as the killer, and he searches Nana's pockets only to find nothing in them. Mikairu then shouts at Kyoya for making such a serious accusation against Nana, and due to lack of evidence against Nana, Kyoya apologizes to her and both of them shake hands. Later that night, when Nana is about to get rid of the remaining poison, Mikairu arrives and starts talking to her. However, Mikairu's behavior suddenly changes, and she puts a knife to Nana's throat, questioning her true motives. With a swift move, Nana manages to disarm Mikairu, injuring her hand in the process. The next day, Nana meets Mikairu on the cliff, and during their conversation, Nana realizes that the person in front of her is not the real Mikairu. The real Mikairu could have easily healed her hand's injury from yesterday by licking it, but the person in front of her has a bandage on her hand. Nana questions her real identity, and the person then transforms into a guy named Jin, who has the ability to shapeshift. He used to study in the academy, but his name has been removed from the register. Jin takes Nana to the cave where he lives in isolation and offers her coffee. He tells her that 5 years ago, everyone in his class started fighting and ended up killing each other, and he is the only one who managed to survive that massacre. Nana, unaware of the academy's dark past, decides to kill Jin. She then adds poison to Jin's coffee, and as soon as he drinks it, he falls to the ground and starts screaming in agony. Nana calls her organization to inform them about Jin, but she gets startled when Kyoya grabs her cell phone, and he then transforms into Mikairu. Nana understands that Jin can not only change into someone's appearance, but can also mimic their abilities. She tries to run from the cave, but then Jin transforms into Maguo and attacks her with a fireball, leaving Nana in a dire situation. However, before she passes out, Jin advises her to be cautious because apparently there is another killer on the island. After some time, Nana regains consciousness and finds herself in Mikairu's room, where she has already been healed. Nana thanks Mikairu for saving her, but begins to wonder if Mikairu could also be a threat to humans, and one day she may have to kill her. Since Mikairu saved Nana's life, she decides to share her past with her. She tells her that one night, without telling her parents, she slipped out of her room's window but forgot to close it, and someone with special powers entered her home and killed her parents. The next morning, Kyoya informs Nana that another student named Ryuji has been murdered. Nana understands that there is indeed another killer on the island. Since Maguo's room is next to Ryuji's, Kyoya asks him about his activities of the previous night. Maguo tells him that last night he was giving a motivational speech to his 3 new friends. Then Kyoya asks his friends about their powers. One of them can mimic voices, the other can astral travel, and the last one can magnetize his body at will. Kyoya then asks Ryuji's girlfriend Fuko about her abilities, and to demonstrate, she takes everyone outside. Fuko then shows everyone that she can control the wind and use it for a powerful attack. Nana and Mikairu then return to Ryuji's room, and Nana notices that Mikairu is a bit distressed. She then tells Nana that since she doesn't have anyone in this world, so after graduation, she can live with her family. This was the first time Nana felt emotionally attached to someone, but she leaves from there. After some time, Nana gets her new dress but notices that her poison bottle is missing. She then enters Mikairu's room and starts searching for the poison bottle. Just then, Jin arrives there and hands her the bottle. He tells Nana to check Mikairu, and she finds her passed out in a bathtub. Nana begins to contemplate whether she should save Mikairu or not, as her death would make her job easier. However, in the end, Nana decides to save Mikairu. She takes her out of the bathtub and rushes to her teacher to get help. The teacher sends her to Kiyoya, who gives her some medicine, and Nana spends the rest of the night taking care of Mikairu. After a while, Fuko comes to see Mikairu and asks Nana if they found out anything new about Ryuji's death. When Mikairu regains consciousness, she tells Nana that the last thing she remembers is healing a stray cat before passing out. On the other side, Jin meets with the other killer and warns him not to harm the animals of the island. Meanwhile, it's been a few days since Nana hasn't contacted her organization, so one of the leaders prepares to visit the academy himself. Nana then asks Mikairu why she always behaves so nicely to everyone, and she tells her that in her childhood, everyone used to bully her because of her special power. One day, a girl named Hitomi saw her healing a stray dog, and after that she became her best friend. However, it turns out that Hitomi had cancer and soon passed away. This breaks Mikairu's heart and she decides to help everyone around her. Nana then leaves from there and once again gets lost in thought about whether she should prioritize her friendship or her mission. Later at night, Jin comes to meet Nana and tells her that Mikairu might be in danger, and she rushes to save her. But before Nana could reach her, she gets a call from Mr. Tsuruoka, who makes her remember her mission. Nana's heart begins to change and she starts thinking that it's better to let Mikairu die. On the other side, injured Mikairu is running in the forest and a knife is about to hit her. However, Nana gets in the middle, resulting in getting stabbed by the killer. It turns out the other killer is Maguo's friend who can perform astral travel. He continues attacking Nana, but she keeps protecting Mikairu. Meanwhile, Kiyoya reaches the physical body of the killer and chokes him to death. Nana and Kiyoya had made this plan, but now she starts to bleed out and remembers all her life events. Without a second thought, Mikairu begins to heal her, and after a while when Nana regains consciousness, she finds Mikairu's lifeless body near her. She tries to hear her heartbeat, but realizes that she is long gone. Nana begins to cry as she understands that not all the students are evil, and people like Mikairu will do anything to protect humans. Thanks for watching this anime recap. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more anime recaps like this. I will see you in the next video.